Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen, and welcome to our last episode of Midweek Mantras for Season 1. I cannot believe that this will be the 99th episode. It seems like just yesterday we started the podcast, and it's incredible to see kind of how it has evolved throughout your all's interactions and questions and feedback. So if you have anything that you would like included for season number 2, please holler at me because we are all ears. We're super excited for season number 2. We've got some great birth stories lined up, some new fresh co-hosts, and it is going to be an amazing time. Just as usual, I'm just going to kind of start off with a little down low of what's been going on. So I told you all last week just about the move that we were prepping for. That is over and done now, which is a huge relief. It's so nice to have that behind us and just start organizing and filling up the new space. And I love that we all get to be together as one with both our warehouse staff and our office staff. So nice to all be there. So this last week and beginning of this week has consisted of just kind of organizing, tying up loose ends with the move. And then Friday, I actually had the opportunity to do flowers for a wedding. I always say I try not to be a florist. I'm one of those people that I just try a lot of things. And I enjoy trying new things and trying to find like what my thing is, what my new hobby is. I actually started doing flowers for my wedding because when I was getting married, I did not realize how much wedding florals are and it just didn't fit into my budget. So my mom with her business license opened up a couple wholesale floral accounts and then we just kind of played around and I did all of my own wedding flowers, which I don't recommend because that is stressful. Try to get somebody else to do it. But I actually hadn't done flowers in a while. I took a break. It's actually super stressful because with flowers, there's a lot of things out of your control, but it is low control and high priority and high demand. So you can never quite be sure if like the colors are going to come in properly, regardless if you ordered them in a specific color or a specific flower. They're going to send you what they have. And then sometimes the flowers are looking great. Sometimes they are looking dead and wilty. And some don't bloom open enough. Some bloom too far open. So just lots of things that can happen, lots of variables. But I now say like I'll only do flowers for people that I really love. And this family had reached out to me a couple months ago. Probably about 6 years ago, I had done their daughter's wedding and had a great time working with them. They're like the most kind, incredible, easygoing people. Like they gave me a vision. I gave them back a couple of like examples and things. And they were like, yeah, everything's great. I trust you. And it was no different this time. They sent me some vibes that they wanted. And it was so fun. I love when I get somebody that just allows me to have creative control and kind of pick and choose what I think is going to look best and who is not afraid to try a little bit of different things. For this wedding, I specifically wanted to incorporate local flowers and use local vendors. So I thought that was super fun. And it was just a bright, colorful wedding filled with just a variety of different colors. And it was so beautiful. It all turned out well. With flowers, there's always a couple things that like, okay, I have to make a few executive decisions in the moment. And overall, everything turned out perfect. And I walked away from that wedding being like, yeah, that was a very long and stressful day, but how lucky am I that I have people, A, that want me to do their flowers and trust me with their vision and the most special day of their lives. And they just were so appreciative and just so incredibly kind. And everything I did, they're like, oh my gosh, that looks incredible. That looks perfect. You like are so talented. And it just reminded me, like, I felt so good being there because they are people that just have such a light about them and are constantly building other people up. And I really hope to be that kind of person in my life. Like, I want to be the one that is giving people hope and encouraging people to follow their dreams, and that nothing is out of reach and it's never too late to start over and all of that good stuff. So that was a little bit about my week. And then heading into the weekend, my husband actually went on a biking trip. So I got to have a solo weekend with the girls. And whenever my husband's out of town, I always like to have my two girls just sleep in bed with me. And we get to watch late night movies and just really spend some quality time together. So that was nice. And they just snuggle me, and it's so fun. So I'm grateful, even though it's nice to have him there and help, especially after a long week and weekend. It was really great to just be with my girls and have that weekend. And I was also really happy that my husband got to go have a fun weekend riding bikes with his friends, because he truly is like the most supportive husband. And I go on girls' trips, and that's something that's super important to me. And it's always been important that he also does those things with his group of friends. And then also it just makes me not feel as bad when I go, because I'm like, oh yeah, you did something too. But back to kind of what I was saying about hoping to be that kind of person. I came across this quote this week, and I favorited it because I knew that it was something that I wanted on the midweek mantras episode. It says, I'm always in the right place at the right time. And I know there's trends on social media saying things about like lucky girl syndrome and stuff like that. And I truly do believe in that. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and you are placed in that moment at the right time for that specific thing to happen. I think that very few things are coincidences. I think that it's just meant to be. And I loved that. And I think even the hard things in my life, like I was there at the right place at the right time so that those things could happen, so that I could learn and have these experiences that hopefully I can share with others to help kind of enrich and help other people's lives as well. When I was on my way driving to this episode, I've kind of felt low energy all day. And I wanted to quickly talk about that as well. You know, when I'm coming on here, of course, I'm trying to have higher energy and trying to hype people up, but that's just not always the case with motherhood. Like, you can't be on 100% of the time. And it's okay to take those moments of silence and take those moments where it's like, yeah, I'm tired and rest is what my body needs. There's going to be days where, yeah, you feel so accomplished and can get so many things done. And then there's going to be those days too where you're like, I'm just putting along. Or there's days where you feel like you didn't get to spend enough time with your kids, whether that be family obligations, whether that be running personal errands, or if you're a working mama, whether that be from home or out of the home. It reminded me of another quote where it says, it's not about having it all together, but being together. And it just made me realize, and that's why I said I was grateful for the weekend with my girls, even though I was so exhausted. I've been really trying to be more present. And since there are certain things that pull me away from my girls, I want to be cognizant of the time that I spend with them and really try to put my phone down, not have it be all screen time, and really spend time making quality memories and having those conversations together. Well, that's pretty much all I had to say today, but I hope you'll join us next season because there will be more midweek mantras, and you might just see another guest doing midweek mantras as well. But as always, thank you so much for listening. If you like the show, please heart it, favorite it, give it a thumbs up, comment. We want to hear from you. So thanks for watching. Bye.